I just heard a country song that was about, like, I want to be like you, and it was about a son talking to his dad, saying he wanted to be like him. You know, like a little boy saying, I want to be like you, Dad. And, you know, I just hit me a little bit inside, but then I didn't allow it to, because I've never had that with any of my kids. Like, I had that with Matt, Oliver, and Xavier when they were really young, and Leo was 2 and almost 3 when me and his mom broke up, so, like, they didn't really have the chance to do that. Matt, Oliver, and Xavier Oliver and Matt did, but none of my other kids had that option, and I started thinking to myself, like, what kind of dad does a kid want to grow up to be like? A dad that works hard, or a dad that's a good football player, or a dad that's a good hunter? Or do they want a dad that's a good example for anyone to be like? And you know what? Even with my kids not being there, I'm going to be the best dad and the best example of a person that anyone could be. I'm going to be loving and forgiving and hardworking and dedicated and devoted and all the things that I've always been anyway. But on top of that, I'm loving and accepting of all things no matter what. So even my kids who decide not to be around me, I love them and accept that too. That is the example of a person who's unconditional. A person who's worthy of being the example. Not somebody who's just a damn good farmhand or a damn good shot or a good punch. He's got a good jaw. My dad's tough. I want to be like him. My dad's a carpenter. I want to be like him. No, be like somebody who's the example. I mean, if they have those traits, yes, and I'm sure many men have great traits, but I don't have any negative ones. And I can say that confidently and knowingly. And I am a perfect example for my kids. And whether or not they're allowed to see it, or other people that are controlling their lives right now haven't seen it. And my older ones have been led to think that way since they're not around me to see it. They're not around me. They see me once a week, and they always used to say, like, it was the best thing to do to come on Sundays. But then because I changed and I wasn't just the fun guy, and I wanted to be more of a role model instead of just the playmate. It's just I never felt the option to try to be disciplinary with kids that I saw once a week. So I wanted to enjoy the times that I missed. And that makes complete sense, but there's things I could have done, but I did the best I could at the time. And well, now I can do better. And I'm not given the option, but I'm not given the option the way that I would like it. And that's how I have to realize it. I still have the option of doing something, and I am doing something. Whether I'm with them or without them, I'm thinking of them every day. No matter what happens, I really do. I'm one of those people that really does think about my kids every day, all the time. They're worth it to me. And so is everybody. But you know what I'm trying to say. I love my kids.